Hello, everyone. And with problems people are having with my 300 trade exploit on my main channel, I thought I would make one that is very, very simple. We're going to keep it right to the basics, and step by step, I'm going to get you through it. This is going to be a different video that is on my main channel. This one is going to tell you exactly what you need or want and show you the steps in order, and I'm going to put the text on the screen so that way you can see exactly what I did. The first thing that you must have is 5 points into trade and at least 8 points into social. That will put your hard cap at 302. You cannot do it with any less than that. If you spend 9 or 10 points into social, it will allow you to get this done faster. However, that's going to come at the cost of not having those attribute points to put into something else. So you need to make that determination if you want it to take a little bit longer or if you want to get it done super quick. The next thing you need to have is going to be money. You need to buy and sell the materials. Now, there was a suggestion about how you don't have to sell everything to the caravans and you won't lose money in the process. And that is true. However, like I said, we're going to keep this simple. I advise that you have at least 250,000 on you. That way you can buy everything because you will lose a little bit of money in this process. And then you need materials. Now, once again, I am not going to make this complicated. This is another one of those things where you do not have to do it the exact way I'm doing it, but I'm going to explain it to you in a simple method that I use. The key to this is driving the price down. I would recommend having at least 300 steel. And then, of course, the more of the rest of the metals you have, the quicker it's going to get done. So if you only have 200, 250 steel, and maybe about 250 of everything else, it's going to take you a while. However, I took a couple 100 days and I have all these materials, and I am going to get this done in probably less than 5 minutes. Make sure you have at least 300 steel and preferably at least 500 raw iron and iron to get this done. Once you have all of that, we are now set to do the exploit. What you want to do is you want to get a caravan that is right next to town. Now, I use Sanala because it has a very expensive price for materials. I don't know how many others in the world have it, but Sanala is my preferred place to be. What you're going to do is you're going to get it nice and close to town. So what you'll do is, as it's coming up, you're going to go slow motion, and as soon as it gets right up near town, you're just going to click on the caravan. Now, click into town, and then that way, nobody's moving. You can go into town and talk to the caravan. Try to ignore this guy right here. So the first thing you need to do, step number 1, we'll call it almost step half. Make sure they have no metal on them. Here is iron ore. We want to buy it. Next, we go into Sanala. Once again, we want to make sure they have no ore on them. Silver doesn't count. No iron ore, no steel, no iron, no nothing. And they do not. We are now set to do the exploit. Now, the first time you do this, you will not get XP, and that is because you smelted, refined, whatever it was, your materials. You did not buy them. So your first round, you will not get them XP for doing it. Here is the 4-step easy process. Talk to the caravan. Sell him all of your metal but your steel. And there we have it. We've sold him all of that. You could see how it's minus 252,000. That's why you need to have a bunch of money, because you're going to need it I would say at least 300,000 probably. We have now sold him everything. Now this is where you got to be careful. Make sure you don't click anything else, but go into Sinala. Make sure it's highlighted. If you move, the whole thing is wasted. Step number 2, go into Sinala and sell them your steel. If you look at the price of steel, it's 240. But as we sell it to him, the price plummets. It is now 16. That means now when we go to buy from the caravan, it will be cheap. So step number 3, buy all your goods back from the caravan. This is where you're going to lose money in the process, and you need to have a bunch. It's going to cost me 41,000 to buy it back. I just bought it. Now it counts as a trade good because I purchased it. Step number 4, go back into Sinala and buy your steel. You have now completed the entire process. Those 4 steps. Now the next time we do it, we will get massive trade XP. So let's run through the steps again. Step number 1, sell him all but your steel. And get ready for this. I just gained 171 points into trade in just one turn because of all the metal that I had. The more you have, the faster it's going to go and the more points you have. All right, step number 2, we go into Sinala. We sell him our steel to drive down the price. Step number 3, we go back and we buy all of our metal back from him. Step number 4, we go back and we buy our steel. And that is it. And now I'm going to run over just a couple quick things for console players. It does get messed up. If you're not getting any trade XP and you're doing everything correctly, buy all of your materials back from the caravan and from Sinala. Save the game, exit out and reload, and then start the process again, and it should work fine. I've had people report this on console. It is working perfectly. Also, reminder, you must have 5 points into trade and at least 8 social to get 300 trade. If you're now also not getting trade, it could mean that the price isn't low enough. As I showed you when I went into Sinala and I went to sell him all of my steel, 16. That is how you know. The cheaper that is, the cheaper you're going to buy it from the caravan for, and the more you're going to make. So those are a couple things that you might have a problem with. But hopefully this helps you out to learn how easy it actually is to do. This is 1.0.2 vanilla. So I hope this helped you out. Until next time, take care, and thanks for watching.